Hello beautiful creatures, welcome back to my channel Phyrra. If you're new here, my name is Cordelia and I'm a lover of bright and colorful gothic makeup. I love talking about gothic makeup and fashion, mental health, lifestyle, and more. So if you want to join in the conversation, please be sure to click that little subscribe button down below and don't forget to ring that bell. Currently right now I upload videos on weekends. So today's video is going to be a review on all four of the Vampire Cosmetics Emily the Strange palettes. If you are new to Vampire Cosmetics, let me tell you a little bit about them. They are a queer-owned, women-owned, disabled-owned, neurodivergent-owned makeup brand, and they've been around since 2011. They are 100% cruelty-free, 100% vegan, and 100% talc-free. I have a review up of their Cthulhu Cocktails palette in case you're curious about that one, and I'll put a link up here so you can go check that out. So I want to talk a little bit about Emily the Strange in case you don't know about her. She's very nostalgic for me. I remember seeing Emily the Strange in Hot Topic like 20 years ago. And as far as I know, Emily the Strange has been in books and like comic books and novels and video games and lots of like different, paraphernalia like shirts and hats, etc. And I love the fact that Vampire Cosmetics has the official rights to make these palettes and that they made them so freaking cute. So I'm going to zoom in so you can take a look at the packaging on these palettes up close. We have the Sabbath palette, the Mystery palette, the Nietzsche palette, and the Miles palette. So the packaging is pretty cute in my opinion. It's lightweight cardboard. The inside of each palette tells you a little bit about each cat. Mystery is the leader of Emily's Clowder of Cats. In case you don't know, a group of cats is called a Clowder. There's no mirror, which is fine by me. I don't really care about that at all. I love the fact that it actually tells you a little bit about each cat on the lid. The lids are magnetized. The back of the pan tells you about Vampire Cosmetics and what they stand for, as well as their eyeshadow ingredients. So you can see that they're officially licensed Emily the Strange. They say makeup is magical. They say that they believe that you should be able to express yourself as you wish, and they give you the tools to define your aesthetic and begin your makeup adventure. I think that's very cute. I also love the fact that they do have the ingredients on the back. That makes it very easy for people who are like, where are the ingredients? Why are they hidden? Okay, so now that you've seen all four of the palettes up close, I'm going to go ahead and insert swatches. I swatched on my very fair, neutral to cool yellow skin tone, and if I ever am unfortunately exposed to sun and burn, I turn a little olive. We are going to start with the Sabbath palette. Yes! So Sabbath is the resident rebel, and the colors in his palette are a bright cool red matte, a bright red warm matte, a cool toned rose pink matte, a white matte, a black matte, and a vivid cool toned purple matte that almost looks blue because of like the way it is colored. It's very pretty. Then we have Mystery, who is the leader of the Clowder, and her palette is like pink themed. So we have a cool toned rose pink matte, a vivid magenta matte, a hot pink matte, a soft cotton candy pink matte, a light medium cool gray matte, and a black matte. Palette we have is the purple palette, Nietzsche. And Nietzsche is the crafty scientist type. This is a really neat palette to me. You've got this pop of bright yellow matte, you have a black matte, which I'm wearing today, you have a white iridescent with a blue shift satin, which is what's on my lower lash line today. You have a deep purple satin, a bright neutral purple matte, and a bright warm purple matte. And I was very happy with these purples. I'm wearing the bright warm purple in my crease. And the last palette that we have is the Miles palette, which is the blue palette. So we have a warm creamy ivory matte, a light blue toned gray matte, a mid-toned cool gray matte, a burnt orange matte, a bright sky blue matte, and a deep blue matte. So let's talk about the value of these palettes. These palettes are $20 and you get 6 eyeshadows, so that breaks down to roughly like $3.33 per eyeshadow, which isn't bad. One of the things I really love about these palettes is that they are mattes and satin. And I feel like satins have really been missing from the makeup world for like the past 10 years. I feel like they've been very hard to find unless you're in the indie communities. So I was very happy to see that these are all mattes or satins and that they pair, and like, in my opinion, these palettes are great companion palettes for all of my indie eyeshadow singles because they pair so well with my multi-chromes. So let's talk about the formula. I love the vivid hues in these formulas. These mattes perform very well for me. They don't sacrifice pigmentation for blendability. They have great pigmentation, they have great blendability. They are the type of mattes that build up very easily. When you are going to apply them, as long as you remember to tap off the excess from your brush, you're not going to experience fallout. Or at least I didn't experience fallout when I used the Nietzsche palette, when I used the black and the bright purple. And I was very pleased with that because typically when I go to use a black eyeshadow, I end up with fallout on my eyes. I don't know why, it just happens. So I made sure to tap off my brush and I didn't experience that at all. The colors just apply really, really beautifully. I love them. So overall, I absolutely adore the Emily the Strange palettes by Vampire Cosmetics. I think they're awesome. If you want to check them out, you can get them at hottopic.com, or you can go to Vampire Cosmetics website and you can purchase them there. If you choose to buy them from Vampire Cosmetics, you're welcome to use my code Phyrra, which will give you 20% off until like January 13th, 2023. But don't feel pressured to. So tell me, what do you think of the Emily the Strange palettes? I'm dying to know. Were you familiar with Emily? Did you ever were you ever obsessed with her? Because I remember having a bunch of shirts and just being completely obsessed with her, because that's how we had our memes back in the 90s. We had these snarky shirts from Hot Topic. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I am dying to hear from you. I love you, beautiful creatures, and I'll see you next time. Bye.